Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. My name is Peter Loshak. This is the live show we do every morning at 10:30 Eastern Time. Very generously sponsored by Intertops, as you can see right behind us. Thanks so much to Intertops for sponsoring this show. Today is Monday, the August 28th, and college football has started. I did a Saturday show with Jeff from BMOCWins.com. Jeff gave us two picks, both of them cash. Very nice job, Jeff. I went 2 and 3 in my picks. I wound up doubling down on the on UMass, which wound up covering, but my early totals plays lost. The Stanford game went way over. Did you see that one, Matty Ice?
I did not watch that game.
Yeah, the Stanford game went way over, and a few people in chat suggested that Stanford was going to roll over Rice, and they did. And a couple of people who thought they were, maybe a little smarter than they really are, including the guys from Sportsbook, including maybe myself, thought that Rice was a little bit more likely than not to hang tough. That was not the case. And then also in the Colorado State game, I was leaning under, and that game went way over. And both those lines moved in those directions. And of course, the South Florida game, I had South Florida minus 21. They wound up winning by 20, so had to take a loss on that one. So these half points and points do matter. Late line moves are certainly interesting, but as we saw with the UMass game, not always guaranteed of the right side. And so, yeah, an interesting first day in college football. The UMass line move was wrong. The totals line moves were correct. Stanford absolutely blasted Rice. Beating some people who thought they were on the sharp side, taking Rice, and the South Florida game came dead within a point, almost dead on the spread. So very interesting. All right, what up to Mike Heap? You dumb porn ratanafakti says, hey, Pete. None business says take Rockies over Tigers. That's an interesting one. We'll get to that one in a second. All right, so here we are on Monday. 10 MLB games. Some stuff that I'm thinking that might be interesting. Let's start with the non-business saying taking Rockies over Tigers. Yeah, and obviously a big factor in that is Zimmerman getting absolutely crushed, absolutely shellacked for Detroit. So this is not looking like a good spot for him, of course. But Colorado is traveling cross country from Atlanta, so that means it's not a great spot for them necessarily. So the question is just which is a bigger negative, Colorado traveling cross-country from Atlanta or Zimmerman just being Zimmerman and having gotten absolutely shellacked in each of his last 3 starts or so. He's been iffy all year long, and then the wheels have just completely come off the wagon for him recently. So, yes, tempting to take Colorado, tempting to take the Colorado first 5 innings team total over, which is 3.5. We've seen this before where a pitcher who looks like who's just doing horribly, getting hit start in and start out, goes into Coors and looks like they're about to have, the worst start in the history of starting pitching, and they wind up having not so bad of a start. We've seen this multiple times in the past, but again, it's got to look, very, very tempting to take Colorado here, -1, or Colorado on the first 5 innings team total over. I'll tell you what, let's see. A lot of interesting. Okay, a lot of. Mike keeps saying Severino first 5 innings over day. All right. Well, on the other side is Corey Kluber. So if you're planning on the Yankees putting up all those runs, they're going to have to do it against Kluber. I was thinking that the first 5 innings under might be a good bet. Right now, the total on that one is 3.5. So for anyone who's not familiar with what that inside joke is, Mike Heap has suggested that betting on the Yankees on their first 5 innings overs when Severino starts has been a good bet. I didn't go back and look at that, but the last time he called that, it absolutely did happen. And Severino, though, of course, is usually giving a good start. So it's usually that the Yanks are hitting the opposing pitcher. Today, though, they're going to have to go against Kluber. So I'm not sure if I can tell you right now, there's no way in hell I'd be betting the first 5 innings over 3.5, but it might once again be a good bet there, courtesy of Mike Heap. I don't think I'm going to be taking the under 3.5 either. That's an interesting one. I can say that. Let's see. Matricia Gilbert says Cleveland first 5. Okay, so he's Kluber is more likely to have a good start than Severino. I'm telling you, man. I don't know about this first 5 innings over. I think Kluber is going to have, once again, a good start. He's been very, very reliable, start in and start out for most of this season. So we'll say everyone's talking about the U.S. Open. I have not I don't have time to handicap tennis as much as I would like to. I would love to, but I just haven't had time to do that. All right, so there are some pictures. There are some bets that I do kind of like today. I'll tell you one of them. One of them is just kind of a sort of an under the radar second half total, and that's going to be the second half under in Tampa Bay KC, and that's going to be 4 minus 115. Under 4 minus 115 second half Tampa Bay and KC. And the starting pitching matchup, of course, is Pruitt and Zimmerman. Pruitt has been okay at times, but mostly subpar, and Kennedy, of course, terrible at home for a long time now. Got hit his last start again, and so it's not clear what's going to happen in the beginning parts of this game. But I think the second half on the under is probably a reasonable bet, especially at 4. So that's going to be my first pick of the day. Second half under 4 minus 115 Tampa Bay KC, and of course I am coming off a winning week. Friday was a 3-1 day, so overall it was a nice solid week last week again. So that's my first pick: Tampa Bay KC second half under 4 minus 115. Other bets that are looking certainly interesting, curious, aside from Colorado, is well, there's a lot. First of all, San Francisco against San Diego is interesting because Jhoulys Chacin had a bad start his last time out, and he also had a weird health issue. Supposedly he had hand swelling in his hand. Not exactly sure what to make of the reports on Chacin, but he's definitely been having some major control issues recently, and then that weird report of hand swelling in his last start. So he's looking very iffy, and Samardzija is looking reliable as ever for 6 strong innings. I know that San Diego tends to be a good bet at home. San Francisco obviously is awful in every which way, and Chacin tends to be a lot better at home as well. But I'm definitely thinking that San Francisco on the first 5 innings might be a play here. And let me just quickly check what that line is. It is, just minus 110 across the board 5 times. And Intertops actually has minus 105. So if I wanted to take minus 105, I could take that. Plus half run line is minus 145. You know what? I will throw that one on there. It's a little bit risky, taking San Francisco at any point, and Chacin at home, of course, has been good overall, but there's just something up with him. He looks kind of iffy. Samardzija looking pretty reliable right now, so I'll take San Francisco first 5 innings minus 105. That's at Intertops right now, and also at 5 dimes has minus 105. Everywhere else has minus 110. So that's a second pick that I'm going to give. We'll get to the comments in a second. Another game that's looking interesting is Seattle at Baltimore. Gonzalez against Tillman, 2 very, 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 very questionable starting pitchers in that game. Anyone who's watched this show repeatedly knows that I've been fading Gonzalez game in and game out. Just a guy who looks like he's not ready to reliably get. Let me fix my mustache for a little bit. Reliably get major league hitters out, and Baltimore looks like they should hit him. So obviously the over, and Tillman, of course, is also a guy who's been getting hit regularly as well. As last start, he was once again not a good one. So the over in the first 5 innings over are tempting. The over opened at 11. It's now taken a full run down to 10. I'm not sure what that's all about. The first 5 innings over is 5.5, I believe. Yeah, 5.5 or 6 at Heritage. I really want to take the first 5 innings over 5.5, which would be just minus 120. Again, that's at Intertops. 5 dimes also has a minus 120. Not sure why the line movement went down a full run in this one. Certainly interesting, and that's definitely a lean. First 5 innings, Baltimore and Seattle, and obviously both first 5 innings team total overs are also tempting there. I have to make a decision as to what I want to do with that one, and maybe look for some comments that could be enlightening. Then also Urena against Scherzer in the Miami-Washington game. Obviously, the under in that one is looking pretty tempting, and also Miami looks like they're just too big of an underdog there. Scherzer has been having some neck issues that have cropped up again recently. Now, Scherzer, with his neck issues, has not had a bad start. Because of it, he's off of extra rest as well. But there are reports of neck injuries for Scherzer, and so that's not mustache getting a little bit unruly there. Okay. Yeah, so I'm thinking about the under in that one, and thinking about Miami as a massive underdog there, almost plus 200. And again, if we know what Miami's been doing recently, pitching, hitting well. Stanton's been crushing the ball, and Washington still has a bunch of guys out on offense. So this line is all about Scherzer, and I'm not sure if it's warranted. So it's tempting to take Miami there, tempting to take the under, and then also a little bit tempting to take Boston. against Toronto in the first 5 innings. Pomerantz against Stroman. Pomerantz has been reliable, start in and start out, and Stroman was off in his last start. Looks like he might be a little bit iffy here, so at just close to even money, coming to take Boston on the first 5 as well. And that's about it. Then we have an interesting game in Oakland and the Angels. Small lean to Oakland as a big underdog. Both Gossett and Heaney have some nice upside, but also Heaney's given up 7 home runs in the first 2 games that he started, but also no walks. So the no walks is great. 7 home runs in 10 innings is awful, and so not clear what you're going to get there. I would have a lean to the under and also a lean to Oakland as a big underdog there. All right, so far, let's get to the comments. So far, I've just given 2 picks: San Francisco on the first 5 innings and Tampa Bay KC on the second half under. Leans would be Seattle, Baltimore on the first 5 innings over, and both of the first 5 innings team total overs. Lean would be Miami as a massive underdog. Boston on the first 5 would also be a lean, and I guess Oakland as a decent sized road dog would be a lean, and a lean to the under on that one as well if it's still 9.5. And then I guess the Colorado game, I guess would have to have a lean to Colorado first 5 innings team total over. That's just kind of a no-brainer lean that you'd have to throw on at least into the lean category. All right, so let's see some other. Capo Status says, this dude seriously need help. I wonder which dude he's talking about. Could be talking about Lou Skunt. Could be talking about myself. Not sure. Capo Status, who's in particular are you saying seriously needs help? Could possibly be me. Could possibly be me. All right, let's see. Looking for comments here. Rice looked like crap. Yes, none business. Rice looked like crap, and we knew that Rice was going to be horrible on defense. Obviously, yes, Rice was a terrible team. The big question there was just, what Stanford's motivation was, and I guess it was just Rice was so bad that they didn't need much motivation to run up the score. Rice Rice having a bad season is something we were all expecting, and I thought if there was one game where they might come to play, it might be that game against Stanford in Sydney, and didn't happen. So Rice might be way overvalued even as a big underdog in upcoming weeks. Unbelievable. Jansen Bonzone says, I locked USF at -21. Damn, yeah, Jansen Bonzone, listen, these lines are sharp. The half lines, the half points and full points matter a lot, and that will matter a lot all season long. That's why you need to line shop and get the extra half point if you can. And the close wins and close losses will happen, of course, in all areas of sports betting, and for sure in college football as well. Brendan Cummings says, you went 4-2 with all your college football picks, Pete. No, I didn't. I went 2-3, Brandon Cummings, but nice. I don't know what he's talking about. Well, 4-2. No, I went 2-3, Brandon Cummings, but I appreciate you falsifying my record there. I definitely appreciate it. I had a great call on UMass for sure, and then I had I had USF which lost, and I had the 2 totals which lost. But I'm reasonably confident that things will get better. Although, again, it's the second half of the seasons in all sports that I tend to do better. So I'm looking forward to the second half of college football. I'm going to be crunching the hell out of the first week numbers, and hopefully have something by Saturday that I'm liking. At least a couple of picks. We'll see. All right. Let's see. Point Blank NTV says, Kluber gonna get rocked tonight. Watch. Okay. Big Man on Campus says, hello, Peter. Big Man on Campus. Very, 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 very nice job in our first show. 2 picks. Big Man gave 2 winners. Nice job. Starting off the year well. 2-0. Now, you got to be careful, because if you start to get all prideful, pride goeth before the fall. And if you have a 1-5 week next week, now you're looking at 3-5 overall. But first week, 2-0, Big Man on Campus. Very, very nicely done. Okay. Brandon Cummings said, yes, you picked Hawaii +2, sir. Didn't pick up UMass. Yeah, right. I did have Hawaii. Yeah, I'm not talking about the Mass game. All right, I'm talking too fast here. All right, okay. All right, let's see. Lou Skunt says, I cashed some nice games this week. I hit for 1K with Colorado State, Hawaii, Stanford, South Florida burned me. All right, nice call on Stanford. I was on Hawaii as well. I did wind up being on Colorado State as well. And South Florida did burn me too. I actually even got 20.5, Lou Skunt. I got South Florida at 20.5, so I only lost by a half point there. But nice call on Stanford. Excellent call on Stanford. Lou Skunt repeatedly saying that he thought that Stanford was going to roll Rice, and he turned out to be correct. And there was someone else who said that as well. I think it was I think it was Steve Stucci or whoever it was. But yeah, a couple people. Yes, Jansen Bonzone. Hawaii was a great pick. Yes, and Drew Martin also liked it. As soon as I handicapped that game that day, I went into Drew Martin's office to tip him off to that one, and I said, "Man, Hawaii, UMass." And Drew said, "I like Hawaii." And I was like, "Me too, man." It was cutting it a little bit close, but yeah, I definitely liked Hawaii. And I also liked Hawaii's offense to do well against a defense on the caliber of UMass, which is something that I also expect to see more of later this year, especially at home. When Hawaii's playing subpar defenses, I'm looking for them to, if not cover spreads, at the very least to go over on their team total overs against stronger defenses. Then it's going to be a little bit different, especially on the road. And I might be looking for team total unders with Hawaii when they're going up against stronger defenses. But against defenses like UMass on that caliber, I think they're going to dominate all year long until injuries hit, if that happens. Injuries obviously is something. But okay, let's look at some other. Let's look at some other comments here, possibly interesting comments and insightful comments on the games today. Again, getting back to baseball, I'm on San Francisco first 5 innings. I'm on the Tampa Bay KC second half under, and the leans I want to take: Seattle, Baltimore first 5 innings over 5.5. Both of those pitchers can get crushed. Not sure why the total went down. Miami as a massive underdog. I just don't quite have the balls to take it, but I want to have the balls to take it. Maybe I'll find the balls by the end of this show. Boston on the first 5 innings. Pomerantz looks a step up from Stroman right now, for sure. So that's tempting. Obviously, Colorado traveling across country with no rest, but going up against Zimmerman, who's been absolutely getting shellacked recently, just hopelessly shellacked. Oakland is a small road underdog. Very tempting, and also maybe a shot with the under in that one if Heaney and Gossett can keep it together and not get hit. Let's look at some. All right, let's see. Comments here. B. Adibal, Yankees under. Great pitchers, Pete. Yes, thank you. Captain Obvious, great pitchers. Mike Heap, though, points out that the Yankees tend to be great bets on the first 5 innings over when Severino starts. And if that happens here, one of these guys is going to have to get hit at least a little bit. 3.5 runs. I don't know. I'm going to stay off of that one for sure. All right, let's see. Matricia Gilbert says he likes Baltimore first 5. I can't disagree with that. I think Baltimore is going to hit Seattle. It's just Chris Tillman definitely makes me nervous. So that's why I would prefer the team total. The first 5 innings over on that one. The team totals are also tempting. Both of them are just 2.5 right now. Baltimore team total over first 5 innings, 2.5 minus 126. Seattle team total over 2.5 minus 110. Tillman has been no great shakes. I'm gonna have to check. Maybe there's some lineup announcements that have caused that line to go cause that total to go down. But both these starting pitchers, very, very, very iffy, to put it mildly. None Business says he likes the Red Sox over. Okay, I mean, I kind of like Stroman to struggle a little bit, but I do like Pomerantz here. I have no opinion on the total. Let's see. Guan White saying, is Max or Edwin Jackson pitching today? I'm seeing Scherzer. I think Scherzer's pitching today, and I think that is a little bit questionable. Again, Scherzer was having some reports of neck issues. It hasn't affected him yet. He is off of long rest here because he was out because of his neck issues that were reported recently. But I don't know, man. Miami, I think I probably will have the balls to take that one before the show is over, but I'm just going to have to breathe in and out a few times before I do it. But Miami's definitely been a team that's doing great, and Scherzer, really tough to bet against him. That is really tempting, plus 196. You're getting almost 2 units if Miami pulls out the win, and Miami definitely has a lineup to pull it out late. And even if Scherzer is on his game, entirely possible that Urena could match him. You know what? I talked myself into it. I'll take it. Oh boy, Miami plus 196 at sportsbetting.ag and Pinnacle. I'll make that one an official pick. If Scherzer comes in and throws a shutout start, great, good. I lose a unit, but I'll take it. Miami plus 196. Let me check what the second half line is on that one. That might be a nice play as well. Even though Washington has bolstered their bullpen and their bullpen is now a strength. Plus 130. Wow, plus 130 on the second half. I don't know if I want to double down on this, but wow, you know what? I will double down. I'll take it. Miami on the second half, plus 130. Screw it. I'm doing well. My units are up for a long time in the second half, going back to the All-Star break. I'll take both of those. I'll take both of them shits. I'll take Miami on the full game plus 196, and I'll take Miami on the second half plus 130. You know what? Screw it. All right, I just did it. If they both lose, all right, 2 units, not the worst thing in the world. Can come up, wow, Matricia Gilbert, I just saw this. He posted a while back. Miami money line, lock of the day, a plus 200 line, lock of the day. That is from Matricia Gilbert. I would not agree with him calling it a lock of the day, but I think I'm agreeing with him calling it a reasonable pick. Reasonable pick. There you go. A lot of comments. Yeah, none business. Tulsa over first half. None business. That is one college football game coming up that I did handicap. I actually jumped on the over on that game early. I jumped. I got 71. None business. I'm not kidding. I'm not lying. None business. I jumped on the over. I got it at Heritage. 71. It's now up to 74, I believe. Last time I checked, it was 74. Might be even higher. Yes, I love the over in that one. Oklahoma State might have the best offense, certainly the best passing offense in the country this year. They might be unstoppable, and Tulsa might have problems stopping the pass, but Tulsa should have a nice offense as well anyway. So I jumped all over the over. I got none business. 71. Can you believe that? 71. What a line. It's now 74. Am I going to give that one add that one onto my official record? Probably I will. But, as those lines creep higher, it'll be annoying. That is one play that I definitely took. I took Tulsa over 71, and now it's up to 74. So I agree with you, none business. The first half over is probably a good bet as well. Okay, let's see. B. Adabal saying he likes Scherzer against Urena under. Yeah, I would lean that way as well, except that Scherzer might be a little bit off. It's now down to 7.5. I liked it a lot more at 8. We'll see. Mike Heap, there we go. Mike Heap also saying, Pete, I think Urena could have some value today. Plus 180 is 9-1 on the road this year, and the Marlins have hit Scherzer well the last couple of years. There you go. Mike Heap, I just saw your comment, but I agree with you, and I've already added it to my record, including on the second half. It's just too high of a line there. Just too high of a line there. All right. B. Adabal, liking the under. It's 7.5. I mean, I agree with you mildly, B. Adabal, but I don't think I'm going to bet it, and I'm definitely not going to give it as a pick here. Yeah, McGrogster, 99, saying live movement on the Red Sox-Jays game. Jays now slightly favored. Yes, and I don't quite understand that line movement. I was leaning Boston for sure. Boston did open as a favorite. Now they're an underdog. I'll have to check maybe some injury reports, or someone might be out for Boston that might be causing that line movement. But I'm definitely much more of a believer on Pomerantz here than Stroman, leaning Pomerantz for sure. I might throw that one on the first half as well. Let's see. Lou Scunn says, "Wait, you're a volleyball guy? My bad." Yeah, Lou Scunn. If I had a second head that could handicap other sports at the same time, I would definitely handicap volleyball. And I'm sure there's a professional women's volleyball league somewhere that Bet365 or 5 Dimes offers lines on, and I would definitely love to. Actually, I might look. Maybe I'll just add that, and I'll be like, I'll find the time. There must be women's volleyball lines that are out at some point somewhere.
Yeah, probably. I've been tweeting out obscure odds of the day recently, so trying to find the weirdest sports.
You have been tweeting out obscure odds of the day, like the day before or the day after?
No, today. So I'll do today. Last week I did one for surfing. I think I found curling one day, and women's Gaelic field hockey. Just stuff
what you could do?
Keep me interested.
Here's what you could do. If you can tell me what you're going to tweet out the day before, I will fucking handicap that shit and come in here and give a pick on it in the morning show.
That would be pretty hilarious. Okay.
It would.
Yeah. I can try to plan ahead for those. I usually just do them the day of, but yeah, we could do that.
Yes, that would be fun. That would be fun. The more obscure, the better, and the more
even female greyhound racing in Leeds.
If you can find female volleyball odds,
I'm sure they have those. That's borderline fringe. I mean, I'm trying to go real weird.
Yeah, I can't even
wheelchair women's volleyball.
I can't even handicap female volleyball because when the articles come up, it's just like to do my research. And I'm just like, oh my god, you know what I mean? And then I go.
Maybe we'll do Jerry, the senior tour women's volleyball. Maybe they have that.
I like MILFs. That won't help me at all. I like MILFs. I like all the way up to age 50. 60,
what about the U.S. Open this week?
U.S. Open? Yes, I don't have time because I'm just so locked into college football, and I'm like I have to be on top of college football. I just don't have time, but I'll look into that. I'll look into that, and I got to find my I got to find some new tropics to. All right, we'll get into that. Yeah. So the point is, if you get any wacky stuff that you're going to tweet out, then you can I'll handicap it, and you could also tweet out the video that we do, and I'll do it in the beginning of that video and give my opinions on it. You know.
Yeah.
And in fact, what we could do is, you could tweet out to everyone, and then we could have the commenters do their handicapping, and anyone who wants to handicap it, they could comment too, and then we could all discuss it. That's nice.
That's great.
All of a sudden, we're brainstorming here Monday morning. All right, so let's get to some other Indiana. None Business says. Let's see. A lot of people talking about the U.S. Open, and I have not had time to look at that one. None Business saying Indiana first half against OSU. That's a little bit tricky. Ohio State tends to do well in there. I mean, we remember what Ohio State did last year, right? They were like, a 40-point favorite, and they were like, I wonder if they have value at -40, and they wound up winning like 77-6, something like that. So Ohio State can be very, very dangerous to bet against in these early weeks when they're a massive favorite. So I'm going to look into that a little bit more. I haven't made a decision on that one, but I'm very, very, very loath to bet against Ohio State, even as a big favorite early on in the year. But that's interesting. Okay, all right. Let's see some other. Let's see. Jansen Bones on South Florida. Yeah, Costin. Yeah, tough one. All right, let's look. Okay. Red Sox Jane line movement a cause for any concern? Yeah, it is a little bit of cause for concern, but not that much of a cause for concern. And as we've seen many times in this show, the line movements in baseball mean absolutely nothing, especially on totals, but on sides as well. I'm definitely leaning Boston. There might be someone out for Boston that might be causing that line movement, but I'm not exactly sure. All right, and there we go again. Here I saw this. We'll see. Where is that comment? You said Kluber's going to get rocked. Who commented that? Where the hell is it? Where the hell is that guy who said Kluber's going to get rocked? There you go. Point blank Ent TV. Kluber going to get rocked tonight. Watch. We shall see. I don't know if that's true, but we shall see. All right. Other comments here. Let's see. Just looking for some other comments. Jensen Bonzone saying Kluber will be Cy Young winner. Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing Kluber as a guy who I'm leaning to bet the first 5 innings team totals unders against anyone he's playing. But let's see. All right, let's see other comments. All right.
You watched the fight this weekend. We didn't talk about it yet.
No, I didn't watch it.
What do you mean you didn't watch it?
I didn't watch it. I just don't care. All right, let's see. Oh
my God! What the hell, man? I was hoping to talk to you about it.
I mean, I know what happened. I saw the replays and the photos. Yeah. So I mean, it seems like what's his name? Like McGregor could have another boxing match if he wanted. Right?
I agree totally.
Yeah. I mean, he certainly would make the money. I think if he went up against someone like a real heavy hitter like Canelo or someone like that, he'd get fucked up.
Probably at this stage. But hey, look, with 6 months ish, he stood there. Yeah, he looked good. Never got knocked down.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, if he went up against Canelo, you're gonna get fucked. Oh, trust me on that.
Well, yeah, Mayweather, I don't think he even threw a punch in the first round.
Yeah, but what McGregor could do, what he might do, what he should do is be like, all right, I'm going to fight for the championship, but I need a few warm-up fights, and he should fight a few tomato cans.
Mayweather's a warm-up fight.
No. I'm saying that he's saying like, all right, now and what he just for the paydays, you know what I mean? Because now he's legitimate, and every fight out is going to be a big event for him, and he talks out of and everything. Fight a few tomato cans that he's definitely going to beat easily. The public doesn't really know when he's fighting some guy who's like totally sucks. So he makes a couple fights, makes like $50 million each, knocks each guy out. And then, maybe he wants to step up in competition. Maybe he doesn't. But yeah, he's going to start. That's what he should do. If I was his manager, I would say line up a couple more big fights. The line that we're selling here is that you're building yourself up to fighting for the title. And he fights a bunch of tomato cans. He clowns them. He knocks them out, and he gets to run around and do his shtick and everything. And each fight he's making like $50 million.
Yeah. After Canelo and GGG are done beating each other up.
Yeah,
then he can pop in.
And my final piece of advice to him would be like, the whole time talk about how you want to take on the top fighters, but don't ever actually go into the ring.
That's a good one
because you'll get fucked.
I mean, I don't know, and I don't know about him going back to MMA like with the money.
Yeah,
I mean, fiscally, it makes no sense.
No, yeah, that's right.
Those the entire card of a UFC main event probably didn't make as much as he did on Saturday night.
Yes, absolutely. Congratulations. He played the system. Not going to hate. I'm jealous.
And he didn't embarrass himself. That's important too.
Yeah, listen. I'm jealous. Not going to hate the player, hate the game. I'm jealous. And all right, so let's just quickly wrap this up. Let's get some other some other comments. Brendan Cummings says, I like Phillies on the run line with Nola on the mound in a big bounce back spot. Yes, yes, maybe it's just. And that guy Rice Hopkins, if you guys remember, during the All-Star break, I was like, look out for this Rice Hopkins when he comes up for Hoskins, whatever the fuck his name is, when he comes up for Philly. At the All-Star break, I did a quick mention of the guys to look for, and Hoskins absolutely tearing it up. Nola's had a few iffy starts recently. Is he wearing down, or will he bounce back? I agree with you. I think it's a bounce back spot for Philly. I'm not sure I want to take him, though, in the minus 150s. So, although Sims on the other side is very, very hittable. So, yes, I think you're right. Brendan Cummings. I just the line makes me a little bit nervous. I haven't pulled the trigger on it yet. I would love to pull the trigger on it. I'm just going to hold off right now. But I agree with you. I might look back and say, man, I should have gone for that unit. Okay, let's see. All right. Other comments. Let's see. Just looking for some comments here. Let's see. Jarvis Wilson asking about a prop bet. What about a prop bet? Beat Miami against Washington, no runs in the first inning. Yeah, those prop bets can have great value. I don't handicap them or bet them, although at times I have in the past and I would like to in the future. It's just that you have to be very careful with prop bets because the juice is higher, but they can have some great value for sure. And no runs in the first inning. I'm sure that line is a big favorite line, so I'd look at it more, but that's certainly interesting for sure. All right, let's see. Other comments, just very quickly. Yes, Robinson Jepes says 5 Dimes has it for NCAA women's volleyball. Yeah, 5 Dimes has everything. B. Adabal asks, low-hanging fruit run line. I don't know if there is one. I mean, certainly, obviously, Colorado on the first 5 innings, team total over to hit Zimmerman could possibly count as a low-hanging fruit play, but I don't even know. It makes me nervous. I don't know if I want to give it 3.5, of course, anywhere, even if Coors is a high line. Zimmerman has been terrible. I'm going to have to think about that in a second, but let me just Ernest Huffman asking about Tampa Bay over KC. I don't have opinion on the side on that one. I think that, both teams are obviously Pruitt and Kennedy, both vulnerable. Both teams could pull it out. I think that the line is dead on. I just like the second half under on that one. Okay, Matricia Gilbert says Boston going to keep losing. Might be. Yes. Okay, might be the case. Let's see. All right, let's see. A lot of positive comments. Thanks so much, Marco Lou. Pete Loshak, you rock. Thank you so much, Marco Lou. I really appreciate that comment. Billy Olivares saying Rockies under 12.5. No Miggy from suspension. Zimmerman has been much better of late. Let me get you. That's the case. Zimmerman's horrific. Are you kidding me? Zimmerman's getting absolutely shellacked in his last. I think he's given up literally like at least 7 runs in each of his last 3 starts.
Well, that if he gives up 6, then he's been doing better.
Yeah, so, I don't know what he's talking about. Zimmerman's getting shellacked, bro. Billy Olivares. Zimmerman's getting shellacked. I'll have to check that just to make sure that I don't have some wrong research here. But yeah, Zimmerman's getting shellacked. All right, let's see. Other just very quickly. Yeah, no interest in any UFC fight ever again from DJ1 Mike. Yes. King Al asked me about San Diego. No, I like San Francisco here. I took San Francisco on the first 5 innings. Samar just very reliable. I know San Francisco is horrible on the road in general, but Chacin has been better over on the year at home, but he's had major control issues recently, some weird health issues with his hand recently. Samar just reliable, so I did throw on San Francisco as a first 5 inning pick. That's my take on that one. Juan White says Pruitt has been getting lit lately. Yeah, Pruitt is not that good at all. All right, let's see other comments. All right, I guess that's about it. All right, so let me just Udom Porn Ratanafakti. Yes, can Oakland hit the lefty? Yes, I think they can. I mean, again, Heaney has given up 7 home runs over 10 innings in his only 2 starts this year, which is terrible. His minor league starts were better than that, and he's given up no walks. So my sense is that Heaney will have a better start here, but definitely his home run numbers are horrific, and I would be leaning Oakland on that one at the current line, but I don't think I'm going to get it. Yeah, David H. says San Fran can't hit. Yeah, I know. San Fran's terrible. Yeah. I know, it's bad. I'm just hoping that that Samardzija. Yeah, San Fran is terrible. They're awful. That might be a bad pick there. I'm just gonna. It's a fade of Chassin, and I bet that Samardzija will be okay. But you're right. It's definitely makes me nervous. All right, let's sum up the card. San Francisco first 5 innings, minus 105. I did take that one. That's a borderline play, but I did take that one. That's a pick. Tampa Bay KC second half under 4 minus 115. I'm liking that one. That might be my favorite play of the day. I did throw on Miami as a huge underdog plus 196, and on the second half at plus 130. Now I have to make a decision on my leans here. Seattle and Baltimore on the over. Man, I don't know why that line has dipped down, but it's definitely tempting. All right, you know what? I will take Baltimore first 5 innings over 2.5 minus 126. Gonzalez is just so hittable. Baltimore may have some guys out in their lineup, but they should be able to get to him. First 5 innings, team total over 2.5 minus 126. And I'll also throw on the first 5 innings over on that one, 5.5 minus 120. Hopefully Tillman will get hit as well. If they hold him to under 5, sure, I'll eat the loss. But all right, so I've thrown those 2 on there. Miami, Washington, I am on. Cleveland, Yankees game. A lot of opinions. We'll see if this one goes over 3.5. As Mike Keep has indicated, is oftentimes the best bet when Severino starts. But I'm passing on that one. Philly, I am liking a bounce back from Philly here. It's just let me think about that. Philly and the -1 line, very, very tempting. And Nola can be good. You know what? I will throw that one on there. Philly -1. Philly -1. The money line at Bet Online, sportsbetting.ag -145, and the run line part plus 143 at Pinnacle. So that's almost even money for Philly -1. Hopefully Nola will bounce back. It does feel like a big bounce back spot for Philly, so I'll throw that one on there. Philly -1 is an official pick. Boston on the first 5 innings, very, very tempting. Not sure what caused that line move. Let me just quickly look at this one. Boston plus 105 at Heritage and sportsbetting.ag. Yeah, just not sure what's up with that. All right, I'll hold off. But definitely Boston first 5 innings is definitely a lean. Tampa Bay KC second half under is a pick. The Detroit Colorado game. Oh, God. You know what? I'm just going to hold off on that one. It's Colorado might crush Zimmerman. If it does, if they do, that's not a shock. But I'm going to hold off on that one. And then the Oakland and the Angels game, definitely leaning Oakland as a big road dog there, and definitely leaning under 9.5. Let me just think for a second here. You know what? Very tempting to take Oakland. Very, very. You know what? I will throw them on there. I'll throw on Oakland as well as a big road underdog. Plus 154, actually, at UWager. Plus 154 at UWager. Intertops has 150. 5 Dimes has 150. A bunch of other places have 152. But I'm going to take at UWager plus 154. So that's another pick. All right, so there we go. A lot of picks on the card today. Hopefully it'll all wind up turning out okay. I got San Francisco first half. Oakland plus 154 as a big dog. Tampa Bay KC second half under. Philly -1. Miami plus 196 in Miami second half. And Baltimore first 5 innings team total over. And the Seattle-Baltimore game over 5.5 on the first 5 innings -120. That's it. A bunch of picks on Monday. Hopefully they'll all be. Hopefully most of them will be okay bets, and will come out here plus maybe a half unit or something like that, and that will be good. Thanks for all the positive words as always, and thanks for all the insightful analysis that we all use to help figure out what to bet here. It helps me a lot as well. We'll be back tomorrow for the Tuesday card.